Apartments and rentals often just feel like boring beige boxes, but they definitely don't have to be boring, and I have made it my mission to find ways to inject character and personality back into all of my spaces while keeping it totally renter friendly. I have been renting since 2017, and I will admit, in my first few rentals, I was definitely scared of doing anything. I didn't even know like the full extent of what was possible as a renter. But as soon as I realized there were so many different things that I could do to make my space feel custom, I have just not looked back. So that's why in this video, I thought I would share with you my 7 secrets to making your rental feel custom. And the best part is they're either totally damage-free or totally reversible when you go to move out. So I want to get right into my very first secret, and that is adding architectural interest. I feel like that might be the thing that my channel is most known for, is adding just those special details and character to boring blank walls. I don't think that you have to live with plain walls as a renter. You could definitely go the route of an accent wall, a paneled wall, or something like that. One of the very first things that I did kind of on my channel that kind of like made me realize I love customizing my rental is my board and batten wall that I did now like many years ago. It was something I had never seen anybody else do at the time. I put a totally damage-free board and batten wall up in the dining room 2 apartments ago, and I don't even talk about that very much because it just feels like so long ago, but it's seriously probably one of my biggest impacts that I've ever had in a space. I did a smaller scale version of it in my last apartment where I put up just the battens, and then I also kind of continued that same method underneath the little, I guess, peninsula that was there in the kitchen. And I just think that this has such a high impact. It's so easy to do, and it's just 100% removable. Like, I've done this, as I mentioned, a few times now, and I've never had a single issue tearing everything down and removing it. And like, it's really just command strips and some contact paper, and you're able to just paint it too to whatever color you want, which I think that this is just a really easy way to add some interest to a wall, create a focal point. I've also added paneling, like shiplap panels. Alex and I did this in our last apartment in the bedroom, and this looked really good. And then I actually saved those panels. I brought them to this townhome that we're living in now, and I put it up in the little entryway, kind of mudroom space that I created there. So some of these things even are reusable, so you don't even have to worry about like wasting money on something. You could take down what you did and at least take parts of it into your new space if you are moving and reuse them, which I think is also very important as a renter because you don't own a space. To be able to get whatever you can out of what you're investing into your home is also very key. Now, I don't know about you, but I dream of having big, beautiful, like tall ceilings, and I have only ever lived in a place with your standard 8-foot tall ceiling. So a great way to trick the eye and kind of pretend that you have tall, beautiful ceilings, that great architecture in your rental, is to hang your curtains tall and wide, like all the way up at the ceiling. This is going to make your room feel so much taller, and hanging them wider around the window is going to make your window feel bigger. And I know personally, every rental too that I've been in, not only do I have just your normal 8-foot ceilings, I also only have pretty much 1 window per room. And when you only have like 1 window per room, you gotta like do something to just make it look really good. So hanging your curtains wider than the window and up all the way at the ceiling, you can leave like a little bit of a gap. I tend to leave a little bit of a gap, but you could hang them all the way up at the ceiling if you want to. It just totally makes your space feel designer, intentional, and definitely not as cheap as it could look if you put them a little bit lower to the window. I just feel like that kind of cheapens space. Moving on to my third secret to a upgraded custom feeling rental is layered lighting. We are not turning on the big overhead light anymore. We are bringing in cozy, moody lighting into a space with lots of lamps and different ways of doing it. Now, I most recently have done it here in my home office where I am right now. I put up these candle sconces. You can see a lamp behind me. I put a desk lamp, a lamp on the bookcase, and I also put up a picture light over the desk. And all of this together just really creates this cohesive mood and look in the room. And quite honestly, lighting is key to making your space feel designer. Like, even if you don't have expensive home decor or pieces in your space, if you light it well, it makes the mood and everything just feel better. You're gonna feel more at home, more cozy, and welcomed into your space. So you don't wanna skip adding lamps and just that cozy mood lighting. And you don't even have to be restricted to rooms. Like obviously like a kitchen, you do need an overhead light, but you can also layer lighting in a kitchen too. I brought a lamp onto the kitchen counter and also a picture light above the little island. At night when Alex and I are home cooking dinner, we never turn on the overhead light. We just turn on all of the mood lighting in the kitchen, and it just makes it feel a lot more relaxing and calming, especially after a long day at work, to cook dinner under the moody lighting. My fourth tip or secret is putting rugs over wall-to-wall carpet. Now, I definitely have mentioned a bunch of times, I think you should definitely put a rug over your wall-to-wall carpet in your rental. It's just going to distract away from probably the ugly, worn carpeting that you have in there. It's probably not even a color that you like. Like every floor in this townhome is like taupe kind of carpet that on camera especially, it leans very gray, and I don't like it, so I always will put a rug down. But it's not just any rug, it's the right size rug that is the key to pulling off this look. And this is a lesson I definitely learned in the process of doing the home office right here. I initially thought I could bring a rug from our last apartment into my home office so I could reuse it in this space. Unfortunately, it was just way too small in here. It didn't fill the floor right, and the scale just totally fell off. I knew pretty much instantly when I was putting the rug pad down that it was not going to fit in here right. So I had to go and get a new rug, and I am so glad I did, because the scale of the rug on the floor now is 100% better. It just looks really good in here. It fills the floor, hides so much of that carpet that I don't want to see. But you probably have seen online a lot of pictures about rug sizes where you know how you want your furniture to be placed based on the size of the room, and truly those are really good and helpful guides and places to get started with the look that you want to create. Now, if you already have a rug that you love, and you know, as a renter, we're often moving into new spaces and rugs are very pricey. A really easy way to scale up a rug you already have is to just get a larger jute rug or plain kind of neutral textural rug to put down underneath the rug that you really love. Often jute rugs or more simple rugs like this are way cheaper than going for, like in here, I have this big, I think it's a 12 by 9 or 11 by 9 rug or whatever it is. It's often cheaper to get a large jute rug and then layer the rug over top, and I think that can also feel very cozy and intentional too. So we talked a lot about some structural changes and things you can kind of do to create the illusion of customizing kind of the structure or base of your very basic apartment. Let's talk about now ways to then begin customizing it by injecting your personality and your own taste and style. So that brings me to secret 5, which is mixing in vintage and thrifted pieces. I think there's been a huge emphasis on thrifting and vintage lately, especially more than shopping at big box stores. And while I definitely am more of a person who does a mix of things that you buy new and really special things that are thrifted, I just think that it's very important to find those thrifted elements for your space. Now, if you're a renter just starting off, you're looking for ways to furnish your space, of course, get the things that you can afford to put in your space to make it functional and work for you. But if there are some things that you don't necessarily need right away, I recommend kind of waiting and curating and finding those things over time instead of just going out and buying everything all at once. It's going to feel a lot more special if you find a piece secondhand that maybe you can bring right into your space, it's ready to go, or put a little bit of work into to get it ready and make it look really good where you live. Something as simple as just touching up some wood finish or reupholstering could totally upgrade an old thrifted piece. Even like secondhand, like hand-me-down furniture and stuff, which is so nice as a renter, can make a difference if you just add some different upholstery or a coat of paint onto it. But I definitely am still working on this too myself, which is curating and finding things secondhand and kind of filling my home with those things. I'm kind of starting small with decor and art and little pieces that I find while out thrifting and at the antique store, but I'm working on slowly bringing in some more meaningful, bigger furniture pieces too. So if that's something that you kind of want to see me do and join in on kind of that journey and process of building a home over time, make sure that you are subscribed, because We are doing this together, creating our homes, turning our rentals into our homes, and it's a process and it takes time, and it's not something that you can just often do in one big room makeover video. Home takes time, and carefully collecting things is what's going to take your home from feeling styled to curated. Secret number 6 to a custom and well-designed feeling rental is to have a cohesive color story from room to room. This is definitely one of those little secret pro tips that I don't think many people think about, and I'll honestly admit that I definitely didn't think about it in past rentals, but it truly has been something that I've been keeping in mind as I've been working on each and every room here in this townhome. This is kind of the color palette that I've come up with just based on what I've been pinning on Pinterest, the inspiration that I've been loving, and also just kind of the features that are already in this rental. That's the very first thing that I always consider when I'm kind of working on a room or a space, is the features that I cannot change. Like for instance, I can't paint in my rental, and I'm stuck with the landlord special trim that used to definitely be wood trim and now has been painted over with like really cheap brown paint. But by keeping those features in mind, creating this cohesive color palette, I'm starting to be able to pull the colors between rooms to create this kind of common thread. And one of the colors I think I'm trying to incorporate at least like a little touch into every space is that deep kind of burgundy or oxblood type color. I really think that this is just such a nice rich color and works with that trim that I really don't like and the other kind of features in here. And so I brought that into my home office. I have that down in the powder room as well as in the mudroom space. And there is a little bit of a pop of red in the kitchen too, just to kind of pull all of that together. But having that cohesive color palette not only is going to make designing the rooms and figuring out what you want to bring into your home a little bit easier. When someone comes over to visit, they're not gonna like notice right away or kind of know what they're seeing when they walk in, but it's just going to feel right. And my 7th secret to a well-designed, custom feeling rental is probably one of my favorite ones that I love to do in every single space, and that's adding at least one custom element to every room. I am a big advocate of DIY in a space to upgrade furniture or something that you might already have, especially if it can serve as a focal point. For example, here in the home office, I took 2 really basic Amazon bookcases that I already had. They'd been through quite a couple versions before I landed on this one, but I fully just built them out, gave them a new coat of paint, and wanted them to look like this custom home library, like they have always been here, and this big grand piece. And it totally is what I think upgraded the room, made these bookcases look way more intentional and not like a cheap piece of Amazon furniture in the end. And I always try to at least add some level of something custom to each and every room. Like in the kitchen, I did my own custom backsplash, so it doesn't even have to be something where you're like building or painting or something like that. Peel and stick wallpaper, a backsplash, that also can add that kind of customized element that's going to make a room shine and pop and really stand out. And I think that's also kind of a level of building a home that you love, is just feeling proud of the work that you've been putting into it and knowing that it is something that you have done and made or created and brought into your space that you didn't already have there. And I think as renters, it's very difficult to kind of feel that sort of ownership over our spaces. So doing those little things where you are putting your effort, your heart and soul into a piece can truly just overall make living somewhere feel a little bit more special. So those are my 7 little secrets to making your space feel more custom, and I hope that you found some great inspiration for your own rental. If you have any other secrets that you've done in your space that have totally upgraded and elevated where you live, drop them down in the comments. I would love to hear your ideas and inspiration, if there's anything I might have missed. And if you want to see way more ideas and upgrades that you can do in your own rental that are totally damage-free and removable, then I would recommend watching this video next right here. It is my big yearly compilation of some of my favorite renter-friendly upgrades and DIYs that you can do. So I will put that here on the screen. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.